La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I have been reciting Mirani's Marsiyas for more than 15 years now. And to all of those who have watched me through these years and who have supported me, today I'm going to recite a Marsiya in English for the first time in my life. All these verses that I have compiled from various Marsiyas are a part of my upcoming book, 1000 Titles of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. From the poetry of Mir Anis, inshallah, very soon I'm going to be announcing the date of publication, the date of publishing the book. Whoever would be interested and whoever follows me on Facebook or on Instagram, I'll be updating over there so that you would become aware when the book would be available. So this is a Marsiya of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and all these verses are part of the book, and they are from various Marsiyas of Mir Anis that I have compiled and then translated from Urdu poetry to English poetry. It begins where Imam Hussain alayhi salam says farewell to the ladies of the household, the holy ladies to the bibis, and he leaves for the battlefield. Teary-eyed, Hussain said to the ladies with a sigh, I leave you all to God, the protector, helper, goodbye. The traveler of Medina is paradise bound hereby. Be patient in the face of tyranny. For me, comply. These are his last words of advice to the ladies, the holy ladies of the household. Be patient in the face of tyranny. For me, comply. When you see my severed head impaled on a spear, say nothing except words of thanks to Almighty, my dear. Speaking to Bibi Zainab, salamu alayha. When you see my severed head impaled on a spear, say nothing except words of thanks to Almighty, my dear. Now he exits the tents and he goes towards his horse. So who steps up to help Imam Hussain alayhi salam to assist him in mounting the horse? These are all verses of Mir Anis translated from Urdu to English. Gabriel stepped up, Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel stepped up and held the stirrup with much respect. Stirrup is, what we call rakab in Urdu, wherein you put your feet, where you put your foot, and you mount the horse, and the other foot goes into the other stirrup. It's called stirrup in English. Gabriel stepped up and held the stirrup with much respect. The emperor of the sky mounted his horse, sat up erect. Now he's preparing for battle. The emperor of the sky mounted his horse, sat up erect. His zest, his zeal, his splendor, his composure did reflect. Prophet had mounted Burak with same grandeur. Recollect many years previously when the Prophet ﷺ mounted the Burak, the same way Imam Hussain Islam is mounting the Zuljan on the day of Ashura before entering the battlefield. It was zenith for the crown of all creations. I. Now these are the titles. My book is 1000 Titles of Imam Hussain Islam. Like it says, Tha ik uruj khalq ke sartaj ke liye. That's the title. And when I have translated to English, you cannot compare both the languages because they're completely different languages. But I have tried to do as much justice as possible. It's taken me many years, 15 years, but This is what has come out. These are the verses that you will find all in my book. था एक उरूज खल्क के मिराज के लिए था, गुल था हुसैन जाते हैं मिराज के लिए. It was zenith for the crown of all creations. I, Hussein rises from mirage, called out all nations. I. The cry of help, Nusrat. The cry of help it was, O Lord of beauty, glory, awe. An ever shining sun like you, horizon never saw. O son of Fatima, praise splendor with emotion raw. May evergreen be your friends and foes be crushed as chalk. May Allah keep secure from mischief all the sacred lives. Long live the leader of all time till this earth survives. He called out to the corpses of his followers goodbye, to the bodies of his kinsmen. He speaks to them before leaving for the battlefield because they assisted him throughout the day, but now he was all alone. He called out to the corpses of his followers goodbye. The oppressed traveler makes his final journey hereby. The passage is all but over. The destination is nigh. 2 lakh killers have gathered to take a single life. Sigh. These unjust hordes. Let me read the Urdu lines for you, the 2 Urdu lines, and then I will read out the 2 English lines. Balwa ye na dekha, ye safarai na dekhi. This is Imam Hussain al-Islam talking to his martyred kinsmen that you haven't seen this. Balwa ye na dekha, ye safarai na dekhi. Afsos ke tumne meri tanhai na dekhi. You did not see my solitude. And this I've translated as these unjust hordes, these countless ranks, this tyranny, this feud, these countless hordes, these unjust hordes, these countless ranks, this tyranny, this feud, alas, you could not witness my combat, my solitude. All alone. The enemy is speechless. Flame of the Prophet is still. Flame of the Prophet is Imam Hussain al-Salam over here. That is how Mir Anisa described him in English. Aada bhi chup hain, sham mein risalat bhi khamosh. The fight is about to begin. Flame of the Prophet. The enemy is speechless. The enemy is speechless. Flame of the Prophet is still. But in his heart, there is a storm. The energy, the thrill. His arrow gaze defines the famous phrase. His arrow gaze, the way he looks at the enemy. His arrow gaze defines the famous phrase, if looks could kill. The champions hide behind his shields. Such fear he does instill. The light his sword reflects is like a lightning flash. Behold, hearts of brave hearts sink in their chests and their feet go cold. Marvels of the prophet of the past he does possess. Like David, he can turn iron to wax, knows the process. He can burn with just a sigh these armies that transgress, but he's respectful of the will of Allah nonetheless. He sacrificed a son like Akbar in the way of God. He gladly gave up all he had, a feat none can afford. The riders with their lances moved and endeavored to aim. Now the army is about to attack. They're preparing to attack Imam Hussain. The riders with their lances moved and endeavored to aim. The lances shone as sunlight played on them a lethal game. The riders with their lances moved and endeavored to aim. The lances shone as sunlight played on them a lethal game. As arrows met their squeaking bows, a noise engulfed as flame, thousands of archers fixing the arrows to the bows. You can imagine what kind of noise, that creaking noise in the entire army on the land of Karbala. Destroy the mark of religion. This is the cry in the army of Yazid. Destroy the mark of religion. Imam Hussain al-Islam, mark of religion. Destroy, Nishan ad-Din. Destroy the mark of religion and leave no trace to fame. Think not of him as Imam of the world. Be ruthless, bold. These are the people, the commanders in Yazid's army. They are trying to charge the crowd up to attack Imam Hussain al-Salam. Think not of him as Imam of the world. Be ruthless, bold, archers. People who are the masters of the bow and arrow. They're known as archers. Archers, he is your target. So let the malice unfold. Pronouncing his introduction. Now this is the Rajas. Imam Hussain al-Islam decides. Pronouncing his introduction, proceeded the king of faith. The trusted spirit. Imam Hussain al-Islam is moving towards the army to attack. All right. So this is how I translate. This is also a very good, very famous band of Mir Anis. If you had recite it in Urdu so that you know which part, the beauty of the language, and then the translation. Lo pad ke chand sher rajas shahidin padhe. We realize that this kind of eloquence is not possible in the English language. This eloquence, this vocabulary. But I've tried, to the best of my ability to do as much justice as possible, so that the English readers do not know Urdu may also get introduced to this form of poetry. Lo pad ke chand sher rajas shahidin padhe, केती के थाम लेने को रूहुल अमी बढ़े, मानिंदे शेर नर कहीं ठहरे कहीं बढ़े, गोया अली उलटते हुए आस्तीन बढ़े, जलवा दिया जरी ने उरू से मसाफ को, मुश्किल कुशा की तेग ने छोड़ा गिलाफ को. Uru se masaf, urus means bride. Uru se masaf means bride of the battlefield, or bride of the ranks of the battlefield. This refers to a sword because it goes red in the battlefield. All right. Pronouncing his introduction, proceeded the king of faith, the trusted spirit, moved to hold the earth. It is said, like a lion. He proceeded somewhere and somewhere he stayed. Have you seen channels like National Geographic, documentary? Now we have so many videos. When a lion stalks its prey, it does not simply attack in a single go. It'll move forward, then it'll stay back, read the situation, again it'll move forward. Now Imam Hussain Islam is about to fight with thousands of people. So he's reading the situation, where he's supposed to begin with, where he's supposed to start. All right. These are the details of a battle that Mir Anis has covered in his poetry. Like a lion, proceeded somewhere and somewhere he stayed. Like Ali, enfolding his sleeves, advanced to war, played. The hero bestowed splendor on urus of army's rank. Or I can just say the hero bestowed splendor on the bride of army's rank. Mushkil Kusha sword left Hashid, announcing with a clank. Now, the sword is in Imam Hussain al-Salam's hand. The Zulfiqar, sword of Imam Ali al-Salam, his father's sword. Announcing the Rajas, he made a rift in clouds of Sham. He attacked the first rank of the army and he made a rift in the first rank. Now he's going to make a rift and he's going to enter the army, and this is going to be a full-blooded battle. Announcing the Rajas, he made a rift in clouds of Sham. Sham is Damascus, all right? Because Yazid was, he was ruling in Damascus, and he had sent many of his soldiers from Damascus. That's why the army that fought Imam Hussain Islam in Karbala is also known as the army of Sham. Announcing the Rajas, he made a rift in clouds of Sham. with steed like lightning. You know what a steed is? Steed is the horse. Now he's talking about Zuljana, Imam Hussein's horse over here. Announcing the Rajas, he made a rift in clouds of Sham. Now see, he's talking about clouds, he's talking about lightning, he's talking about steed. Announcing the Rajas, he made a rift in clouds of Sham. Cloud means the armies. Announcing with a rift, he made announcing the Rajas, he made a rift in clouds of Sham with steed like lightning. Split he the first rank with easy calm. Much ease he split the first rank. Which group he tore? There shook the hearts of rivals of Islam. Like lion in a jungle of swords, swooped down the Imam. Quaked the battleground when came the lion of the Lord. Imam Hussain alayhi salam shares this title with his father, the lion of Lord, the lion of God. Quaked the battleground when came the lion of the Lord. Run, the lions come, cried the armies much in discord. Now, nobody in the army has the courage to look him in the eye. All right. Now, this is a verse in praise of Imam Hussain alayhi salam's eyes. All right. Eyes of lion of Allah. How could they meet? Lion of Allah, Imam Ali alayhi salam. Lion of Allah, Imam Hussain alayhi salam. He's the lion of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Eyes of lion of Allah. How could they meet? How could cat's eyes match eyes of a hunting lion elite? To watch the son of Fatima, when I say son of Fatima over here, I do not mean the child of Fatima, I mean the sun that shines in the sky, the son of Fatima. Eyes of lion of Allah, how could they meet? How could cat's eyes match eyes of a hunting lion elite? To watch the son of Fatima, to watch the son of Fatima, if 1,000 eyes compete, they would blink uncontrollably in expected defeat because nobody can stare at the sun. Performer of marvels would surely be the eye that stares. Eyelashes paw would gouge out the eyes of the one who dares. The lion of Karbala thus fought in a state of rage. The foxes, fearing for their lives, had abandoned the stage. With the enemy, the sword of Ali did engage. Heads of the fallen foe were to be seen at every stage. With bodies scattered all over, the passages were blocked. There was no place to run. The bodies of the fallen soldiers of Yazid's army blocking the path of the army itself. With bodies scattered all over, all passages were blocked. The earth was filled with corpses like mountains. The heads were stalked. When the regal rider attacked cavalry, oh my! With fear they began to fell their heads at his feet. We don't have to cut our head so that it may fall on the ground. We are putting our head at your feet. This is the state of the army of Yazid. The fox is fearing for them. When the regal rider attacked cavalry, oh my! With fear they began to fell their heads at his feet. But the hunting lion did not heed their hue and cry. Too late, the battle has begun. He gave them all the chances. But the hunting lion did not heed their hue and cry. Zulfiqar, the sword of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Zulfiqar targeted each one, slayed, left them to die. She said, Zulfiqar, the sword is saying, she said, it's difficult to fill my stomach, thus I shall. She said, it's difficult to fill my stomach, thus I shall drink to satisfaction. For me, this blood is halal. When she fell, like lightning falls on every enemy rank. When she fell, like lightning falls on the enemy rank. When she fell, like lightning falls on the enemy rank. She is the wrath of God, called out, callers from every flank. This is the Zulfiqar, right? She's falling on everybody's head. And the whole army is in complete disarray. When she fell like lightning falls on the enemy rank, she, Zulfiqar, she is the wrath of God, called out, callers from every flank. Army has different flanks. The left flank, the right flank, right? Flank means it's a left and right. When she fell like lightning falls on the enemy rank, she is the wrath of God, called out, callers from every flank. Sword of the dry-lipped emperor, like thunder was her clank. In the noise of the sword, nobody knew that when she came and left him lifeless, blank. This is the speed of Imam Hussain al-Islam's warfare. When she fell like lightning falls on the enemy rank, she is the wrath of God, called out, callers from every flank. Sword of the dry-lipped emperor. Why dry? He was thirsty. Shahid Tash Nalab. Shahid Tash Nalab. Sword of the dry-lipped emperor, like thunder was her clank. Nobody knew that when she came and left him lifeless, blank. What speed, what accuracy, what velocity, what thrust. One moment she was in the sky, one moment in the dust. What speed, what accuracy, what velocity, what thrust. One moment she was in the sky, one moment in the dust. On whichever throng the lion of Ali attacked. Unless she slayed them all, unless he slayed them all, the son of Ali never backed. On whichever throng the lion of Ali attacked, unless he slayed them all, the son of Ali never backed. The hearts of all the lions sank. The hearts of all the lions sank with Ali's name's impact. The sword of Ali rained down heads as a matter of fact. The wounded ran as far as they could from the fighting ranks. Jungle words was raining blood, was obvious from the flanks. O pride of Prophet Adam, we beg for mercy from thee. Now this is the army of Yazid. Begging for Imam Hussain al-Salam. Begging to Imam Hussain al-Salam to please grant us refuge, to please grant us amnesty, or we cannot bear the brunt of your swordsmanship anymore. O pride of Prophet Adam, we beg for mercy from thee. Owner of the dominion, we beg for mercy from thee. Heir of Nuh, Jesus, Maryam, we beg for mercy from thee. Refuge of worlds, a million, we beg for mercy from thee. We plead you in the name of Ahmad, prophet of the Lord. We cannot bear the brunt and consequences of your sword. O pride of my creation, called a voice from heavens high. This is the voice of God talking to Imam Hussain. O pride of my creations, O pride of my creations, called a voice from heavens high. Your patience is greater than that of Prophet Ayub. I means yes. O pride of my creations, called a voice from heavens high. Your patience is greater than that of Prophet Ayub. I, except you, none was able to perform this task or try. You long for me, and I'm affectionate to you thereby. Only matter of dagger of tyranny does remain, and meeting of beloved after much sorrow and pain. Kaaba of faith was in the center, idols all around. Imam Hussain al-Salam has unsheathed his sword, and the army of Yazid has surrounded him. All right, these are the Messiah. Kaaba of faith was in the center, idols all around. In a tempest strange and dry, herein Noah was found. Jesus of era, 2 lakh inflictors did surround. Jesus of era, 2 lakh inflictors did surround to murder Solomon. What vicious mobs had come to hound the Pharaohites encircled Moses, causing harm and strife. Lakhs of swords were targeting the king's one only life. When on the horn bent low the wounded king of pious folk, the front part of the saddle of the horse that you hold when you mount the horse is known as horn. It is slightly raised, all right? It's called horn, and in Urdu you call it harna. When on the horn bent low the wounded king of pious folk, he's losing consciousness because of his wound, because of the loss of blood, because of the injuries, because of the grief and everything, and all the calamities that had surrounded him. Bending down on the horse like this, Imam Hussain like this. When on the horn bent low the wounded king of pious folk, the horse would turn to look at him with distressed eyes that spoke. Zulshana is looking at Imam Hussain salam. What has happened to my master? Zulshana is his only friend in the situation. All have left for paradise, and Zulja, he was alone. His only 2 friends he had. At this time, one was a sword, the Zulfiqar, and the second was his horse, Zuljana. The Zulfiqar has been kept back in the scabbard, in the scabbard. Now Zulshana is his only friend, and Zulja is going to talk to him. When on the horn bent low, the wounded king of pious folk, the horse would turn to look at him with distressed eyes that spoke. The horse would turn to look at him with distressed eyes that spoke. With love, love Zuljana so much. With love, broken-hearted Shabir calmed him with tone and stroke. Even in this situation, even under the circumstances, he's giving love to his horse and he's calming his horse. Relax, my friend. With love, broken-hearted Shabir calmed him with tone and stroke. It's the end of war, my faithful, said he with a choked voice, with tears. I will dismount shortly, and our companionship will end. I will dismount shortly, and our companionship will end. Neither your legs nor my hands work anymore. My friend, from his right, Imam Hussain Islam's right, from his right, voice of Muhammad cried, "Oh, my dear grandfather comes to cry and back you. He is stationed here." From left cried, "Lion of Allah, your father too is near. O darling prince of Fatima, I'm ransom on ye. Here, O son, with unconsciousness, that ye fall upon the horn, your father comes to take ye. Open arms and collar torn. Call of Fatima came from the jungle in distress. O Muhammad, your nation looted me with such aggress. Is there one to fulfill right of love that ye did press? Alas, this oppression on the king of 2 worlds, noblesse. 1900 mortal wounds on body cut and hacked. 1900 mortal wounds on body cut and hacked. Oh Zainab, come out. Hussain, writhing in pain, is attacked. Zainab called in anxiety, "Someone show me the way." Zainab called in anxiety, "Someone show me the way. The world is gloomy in my eyes. Oh, is it night or day? Where is Akbar? Why won't he come to hold my hand? I say, do not leave me helpless, brother. Stay, stay, stay. You were the host, the king of kings of East, a guest of thee. O Karbala, return my darling brother back to me." Where is place of assassination of my Sayyid? Say, O sands in which depression lies, moon of Fatima, pray, land of Nineveh, help me, for I cannot find the way. O heaven, what has happened? For black has become the day. Where's gone the one with handsome locks? Tell me, O tragic Eve, O sun, where is your brilliance? Tell me, have mercy, I grieve. When she saw that Zuljana of king returned alone, alas, devastated I am. She yelled and she did moan. Oh, fallen on the ground is king of the heavenly throne. Oh, Karbala, where is the moon of Muhammad that shone? When she saw the sword shining on the neck of the Imam, she on the sand she fell, clutching her heart with sweating palm. Oh, homeless, headless, deprived of necessities, farewell. This is the last verse which bids farewell to Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Only 2 nights left. Muharram now. This is bidding farewell to Imam Hussain alayhi salam. O homeless, headless, deprived of necessities, farewell. O life of daughter of Mustafa, hear us please, farewell. O Lord and King of both the worlds, O grant our pleas, farewell. Guest of Shias of India, says gentle breeze, farewell. Oblivious to mourning, wailing, we shall never be. O Master, until we live, we promise to cry for thee. O Master, until we live, we promise to cry for thee. Allah, Allah, Nakullahi, qawm